So yeah. Oh, oh, oh. You know, say I want to miss it, mommy. So tired being you say, oh, can't send me better so you can cry. Me tremble. You say, oh, can't send me share some cry. Me share my hello. Should I was here, me? Me pass me to the jet one more time. Me pass me to the jet. Hey, yeah. Me take fire down my perfume. I don't need a wretched tree. Me pass me to the Casadena. Me pass me to the Irene. Me beside me forever, why would cook swing? Me beside me forever, why me suffering in way? Me beside we coming one more time again. And yeah, pena. Lord of mercy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mess up, na me do. Maybe you better get a cross. You better run to my crow. Why you are crow? What does so be so?
International DJ Wages Ghana.
Yes, man. My love, I do you oh my be a gaga for the road, be a gaga for the cold. Okuma dada pay me munu be me. I day, she me ni wa mana me she would me to make up out of the bottom. So me take a quarter or jatan me. She me mommy guys. She'll stop a moon swear. Now me by my own jam. She'll fool the moon child. Now me by my own my love told the goodness world. My love told the goodness world. Pour some sugar on me, pour some sugar. Pour some sweetness on me, pour some sugar. Pour some sugar on me, pour some sugar. Pour some sugar on me, pour some sugar. Pour some sweetness on me, pour some sugar. Pour some sugar on me, pour some sugar. Pour some sugar on me, pour some sugar. Pour some sugar, pour some sugar. Lord have mercy. Me out don't pass and come away. Or don't pass and not a dead war. Oh yeah, baby, me a citizen. Me body here overhauling. Greasy gaga on the gun jumping. For all you gaga for me reading man. Now all the 2 seconds you know you swap. Push it on the beat, yeah. Shells have a moon and swirl. Now me by my old dear Jerry Mill. Bow I bust a moon a poet. Now the body and we a trooper. My love told the goodness world. I tell you it. Told the goodness world. Told the goodness world. Toy sweet goodness world. Toy will goodness world. Told the goodness world. My love. Pour some sugar. Toy the goodness world. Pour some sugar. I tell you. Pour some sugar. Told the goodness world. Pour some sugar. Pour some sugar. Pour some sugar. Pour some sugar. My love,
you are now locked down with DJ Tisco International.
I'll search me for only your love is what my heart. It took me in love, gave me one night. You made me feel the magic of your touch. Honey, you were too much. Oh yes, I ain't gonna try, but I feel like I'm alive. Anytime you be, happiness me, honey, shout me with your love. I wanna Oh, what a world. I feel the thrill, and this time it's for real. And if I lose my voice, you'll still feel me say, yeah.
I love your style.
Honey, it really makes me feel so fine. I love your style. Your style.
Ejamanfo nyina kodwentwi.
My love, have no fear.
Obi a ope kodwentwi bia obekom bia.
You got something.
Obi a ope kodwentwi bia obekom bia.
Nothing.
No ya jamani. No ope kodwentwi.
He's always been my favorite. So.
Oh yeah. I guess next to Shatana.
No, Hansana Shatta by so no you pay. Yeah. If Debbie no Bana can promise a Bana Shatta. Yeah, those are my three favorites.
I was in order of one over first.
But what that mean you never when men do one son and minty and
Hey,
son.
sorry.
Maybe I will fear. And mommy, you free me be rain. Baby, I will soar. Mommy, I'll make her.
That's my favorite from all the time. What it?
This is one of my favorite communities.
That's my number one.
John Fono Muyom Huno.
Yeah, to be funny.
Omuni Living Legend.
You got to remember.
International.
Link up.
You are now locked down with DJ Tisco International. Locally accepted, internationally approved. This is DJ Tisco International. Hey, Ejamanfo nyina King Kong na motene nkano. Sena mikana. What is so? Be I ne pekodwentwe so where they are coming from. You have to understand them and know their background. Ejamai. Oh, but Nina, you okay? Ako, I Papa na ascending link na.
No, okay. Hey, that's a way to wash your possession. Hold on. You watch it. Man, send that comment.
Okay, so I send that comment no. That's all. Now, wait. Oh, okay. Come here, my Obina Zibi. Come here, my text me. I come Obima. As I can as well be. As the problems be, but. Hey. Konye.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. The New Yorkers are in town. You know what I mean? The New Yorkers are in town.
Nana, me no work on say be why.
Sound.
Me say,
And yet,
serious.
sound. And yet, you open where you have to.
No. One can be a man here to be.
But David,
No. And you don't go concern. You should have called him outside of the show. Now that you mentioned is on Canadian
David. We young kind of secret no beyond TV.
Obi a the secret to be on TV.
Nana obi di bi ato aba why.
I had a man.
I am a myself.
It means you guys are either going to talk about me or you're going to talk about Ako. If not, then say it.
We will never talk about Ako.
It's which one?
Me who said that he has
No, yeah, but on this one, that we would never talk about. You are too special to talk about you on this
It's
one.
which one?
Nimbo be a Messi, we would never talk about Aku. Nimbo be international. One never never.
Auntie and Miss Rawa just said, me wa hapa. You are no way you are to. You are no way you are to. Missy, you are no way you are to. Vigilum. I'm in that warrior there.
Nyame the radio sister do afaba.
Oh, it was just a short trip. And now some night can see it.
Mubaka mi mo asem wa ba mi wa ha menti asem no de enye
na nya bi obi abobi ni
enye duabo ala
obi da na me ba ye ana obi hu obi no oh nana me wa komo bi ka kire wo just tiawa wa ji asem no wa fa no ka
anka Daavi cry na nke wo so ne bufu because on na ya bo ne din wa ha say enye ade a ye beka ne ho asem ye mbo obi edi
me mo am two options A or B. Moyi A ne
ana option ade mai na yes eh na ade a won ya choose bi apai asa ade asem ba nya abotre
But asem na magacha me mu asa na me koka nya me tua mu ka wan
ta but on the city sa na so the naira many dollars so now ko you
Inshallah nana Yamuakwaba. I think today is his first day here. So I said, "I hakra maybe pay." Then I'm here. Maybe pay. Inshallah, now also to say one day. Oh yeah, day. Inshallah. Okay.
Inshallah,
Obejinsha. Okay. A high life radio. NkomohNkitnkiti. You have a cat in some afa ebusua mu nsɛm abrabɔ mu nsɛm mpa mu nsɛm bibia
ɔdɔ mu nsɛm
ɔtan mu nsɛm mo a yɛbɛbɔ mu dua everything ne nyinaa bi wɔ ha sɛ nti no aha deɛ woba all inclusive one stop shop. Okay, minima say young man we are bubble some but let's continue with our last week we had a few points now say you can asem we oh okay em say walande then we would go into the next segment of the show which is the love language But before then, we'll take a quick test. For those of you who don't even know what your love language is, we'll do a brief test, quick test, so that it will give you an idea. Some of you already know, or maybe you think you know, but you really don't know. So we'll do a quick test to see what your love language would be. Now, I want us to go over what we said last week real quick. Go over the few points that we have set. Hopefully by 11 we should be done, and then we jump into our love language. First of all, let me go around and check. So I would say, Missy, how is your week been so far?
Tiring, but we still here.
We did pan.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Daavi, so far, how's your week been?
So far, so good. And I'm saying have been bitten by a flying fly.
And I don't done.
Unfortunately.
Anna. Okay, yeah, that's Nana, whilst Daavi is thinking about the question, no. Also, so how's your week been?
Oh, so far so good. About Bibi
Okay. The New York saying, how's New York?
Oh,
Favorite place.
Leave us alone.
yeah,
Leave us alone.
oh, New York, yeah.
Nana.
Just
Mama,
how many times,
How many times, Mama Fro?
My favorite place in the whole wide world, New York. The New York City. What? The city that never sleeps. What?
Just you know, cause the crew me menya.
Ebom.
You might cost
Nice one. New York, dear Charlie. Wow, New York, dear Charlie. And every chick out there.
Papa, they see I'm not cause I was saying.
Yeah.
The shower there. Wow, traffic.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, traffic.
You are doing like 60 miles per hour, then traffic view. My engine. Yeah, that's it. Don't think. Oh, now for the Bacchus, Organa still Anna.
Yeah.
No, Waba. No.
Oh, okay.
Now why is he asking of another? Could not linking up.
Oh, me can't say come a corner one more, and I'm anti me out for the whole.
That time,
the call Ghana now say come a fan over it's meant to me.
Oh,
Baba.
Okay, all right. Bosu said Dimpa.
Okay.
Akwaba, where the why are they say you stayed up for us?
I have to.
Why are they? Na bibi aboko so far.
I don't to be a master, I don't need flavor.
Any experience?
Yeah, boko.
But your flavor, name there.
Pay more.
Oh, okay.
Pemo flavor.
Yeah, not doko. Who said David? You don't mean yeah, no tea. But not doko.
We're muting home.
She wants to stay muted.
It has collected her hands.
No, we are collecting the baby.
Yeah. The machine. Yeah. Onim se minim se hitting no. The machine. Very okay. Nyame bo. Why? Okay. And so no. Haven't said all that. Yemobi be akwa. Bebusia for some wo share ya. NkomohNkitnkiti ena ye de bremu na mesremwa. All we are asking is to share, like, comment na mubiasu enye bi hwe. Just for 2 pages so keke. Adia ye sra no. Ye nga se betru a rose bia be my baby lion bia tiger bia, all we are asking is just share on your page. We are not begging you to contribute anything to anything. We are asking you to just share. Only reason we are asking you to share is for the video to go far, because in some way can this is your therapy. Sometimes you have to go and pay money. But you get people with knowledge to come and share this information for free. It's no, don't be selfish. Mobisu enyebi na ontie na ebia asembi safwa etumi bie asembi puno ema ne yeyi nti no. Yede mo asese mo ate asese mo be share mo anche so enye hwe mfa mo share na mfa ntina. All right. We talked about how to deal with long distance relationship. We went through a whole lot. Now there were a few points here I wanted to touch on real quick so that we go to today's segment. Now, the first thing is to deal with long distance relationship. No matter the situation, you need to figure out what we call an end point. An end point means that are we eventually going to figure out how we are either going to move forward or cut our losses? Say, let me take myself as an example. Me back home her first. Na me in Qatar. Na me will girl be London. Honestly, in Qatar or London. Na me in Qatar. All we're doing is phone calls. Sometimes I a video call and yeah, popular. Into phone calls. Yeah, now you couldn't even get like load your phone no electronic, so and you may be able to point you my SM stuff by gas station. I'm at phone card $10, $5. Me pile ya go ho same see hey investment be na me.
And now mutimi travel na jino waye asha ha what dey shame mama
Oh, I don't put there yes na. And no video nka ho en sheda anye de. Normally video be kan ho no.
na me na wo ado no na be nde.
Was hey.
Na wo choice.
And you know, edu baby no, we figured our end point. And that was I didn't go baby because I had no idea when Amenya Menkata. She had no idea when Onubenya Menkata. We were not ready to move to Ghana. Like there was no plan ahead of us. So we had to come to an agreement and say, you know what? MY, I mean, how we feel about ourselves or about we are growing and we don't see an end point. So always make sure, say, with a long distance relationship, say, nipa no how Ghana, make sure say no a channel towards a point where either one is moving to Ghana or the other one is coming to wherever you are to join you. Even if it's going to take a long time, but you can see a foreseeable future, then that's good. In my case, I couldn't see. I had no idea what was going to happen to me, Charlie. We totally agreed to let it go. Now, interestingly, Yankahe, the conversation started, going down from twice a day to once a day to every other day to once a week, every 2 weeks, 1 month, and then shoom. Then the next thing, I'll think about 2 years later, and I'll send him a message, say, Yami Aduma, Wawari. No, me congratulate you. Because at that time, I still didn't know what I was doing because that Nkata I knew.
That time when you're broken and now you're hurt.
It was gradual heart. When you're broken, it's very slow heart.
Kachi. Ye na nanti ache yenim no. Akoma pa woni bi. Nti question na wo how Woni be. Woni bi.
Oja no de okutoka.
Thank you. Oja wana kura ase. Wo fi akura bi ase na me sure se me bo. Oja wa akura bi ase wo wei. Catch we so oti we ahuni sai. Ti enyi na tete ye wa akoma eni bibi ase boy ye oti we pa ase wo wa akoma. Ah. Oh dada.
If you
Dabi ana oyesa.
Oh, the man say me.
O say
Ana oyesa.
na wi ase wo say wo bi a won de odi mi say. You never there. Mommy catch up with me. I been you. No way now. My way now. A way now me ha. Ma come aha.
Which you do me, I do you.
That be the thing for my blood inside, you know. Ah, catch you do near my brother. Me catch you. Will be a what you are born to. Yeah, you know when you're normal. Will be our way. It's a battery.
Very, very
If
soft.
you want me, I tried.
Very, very soft, Akuma. You know, if your person or deal with me, be or hit me up. Akuma. Okay.
Papa on the moon.
On the me. Okay. So the other thing with long distance relationship is that you need to take advantage of that and make time for yourself. Make time for any personal development that you have going on. Say school, say career, say hobby being a person will develop is passion being a person will develop. Yeah. The long distance relationship time period is a good time for you to make that time for yourself. Make sure, say, you do the best that you can until you get yourself in another entanglement situation. Once you know the person is there for you, it should give you the edge to move on to not so making time. It's not. I'm not saying say leave the person alone or ignore the person or no, but you still have time, even if you have to talk 2 hours a day with that person. You still have the rest of the 22 hours to figure out what you are doing with your life. So that is a good opportunity for you to make time for yourself. Make the best, look for the best out of yourself. Build yourself up to even look more attractive. Feel more confident, look more attractive for yourself and then for the other person and even for everybody else that is, spying on you. And that is a good Now you don't want to look attractive, or you want to look attractive for only one person in the whole world.
No, the way I kept spying on you.
Everybody is being spied on. The CIA, the NASA, Obia is spying on everybody. So, for as long as you are being spied on, make sure that you look good for whoever is spying so that they spy something good. Okay, Nana, Mate. Make yourself happy. That part is very, very important. Look, don't rely on that person across the bridge to always be your source of happiness. You understand? When you do that, you are putting too much pressure on yourself, putting too much pressure on that person, because now he or she is the only source of your happiness. Mm-hmm. If anything goes south, that's it. Now, honestly, they always have to figure out a way to make you happy just because they know that they are your only source. But find other sources of making you happy. Say if it's music, if it's dancing, if it's cooking, whatever else that will make you happy, find a way of making yourself happy. Do not depend on that one person. Do not depend on that one person all the time. Don't. Because that is a recipe for disaster. The person could be at the back of your mind all the time, But whatever makes you happy, pursue it. Go after it. Don't depend solely on that person. Say for some reason, if the person is having a bad day, automatically you also have to have a bad day because he or she is the only person that can make you happy. So watch that. If you are in a LDR situation, watch these things.
Please,
The other one,
teacher, please, can I ask you a question? Please. That thing, the one you just mentioned, is it that it's the long distance that causes this, or even when you're in the same space with the person?
So
Let's say it's not a long distance, but
I mean,
you live
I think this is a general advice for everybody. But for those in a long distance relationship, especially because there's a tendency that you are so dependent on each other to the point where you can't make yourselves happy unless the other person is involved. And it's too much because somebody cannot always make you happy. There's no one person in this world that can. The only person that can make you happy every time, guaranteed, is yourself. There's no one person in this world that can make you happy. Even the person that always cracks jokes for you to smile, there will be a day they run out of joke. They run out of juice. They won't have the energy, the oomph to make you laugh. So don't always depend on this person that, every time I call this person, I'm going to laugh or I'm going to smile. No, it shouldn't be like that. Make yourself happy. Sometimes when you are happy, the tone, me in particular, I believe it goes with so many other people. When you call somebody on the phone, the energy that they will respond to you, you almost immediately transfer that energy. Like you give the energy right back. So if you call someone on the phone, yeah, hello, automatically energy as a friend or drop. But you call someone, yo, what's up? No matter what you are doing, you will lift up. I have a friend who is incarcerated right now. But anytime he calls me, the energy he calls me with, I'm put me a confused. I'm for I'm imagining, what's good? I mean, for someone in that situation and the energy and the excitement, we're talking about that. I got a message that he has sent me a message. Hey, you have to look for it. Okay. So make sure that you have that infectious I'm just putting it in. Make sure if you are doing long distance relationship, try and let your phone calls be effective. Let your responses affect the other person. Obi your for phone and I was speaking, but down. Obi so for hey babe, now when you are, oh darling, that kind of high sweetness, that kind of stuff. It's a now, this one too, your own source of self-assurance. Once you are in a long distance relationship, there's a tendency for you to have this insecurity. Anytime I ever fret, nimpana, ever see opposite sex voice be with you, be we marshal. For your TV. For ne cousin be na wabase. For neighbor be or salt. No,
Salt.
So New York, 20 towers for now, very possible. So Manuya, okay. So yeah, be your own source of self-assurance. Don't be too insecure because once there's that distance, the moment there's insecurity, Charlie, you wouldn't even know how to do. I said I watched a video this afternoon, where someone was, in fact, let me let me where is it? Let me quickly segue. This is just like a 2 minutes video. I just want to segue quickly and share this video. Watch this video carefully and tell me how this one impose on a long distance, so very, very short distance. They are right there with each other. But watch this video carefully. It's funny, but
The whole video, Miss Rhea, could be me. Women.
Into the hotel room with. Hello? I'm about to go to bed. Any issues? You saw my husband. Where? He's with a lady. He's about entering a hotel with a lady. Are you sure? What color of clothes is he wearing? Black, yes. Yes, he's wearing black. Are you very, very sure? Oh, he has entered inside the hotel with a woman. Okay, let me call you back. What? Where are you? No. Who is that lady you are entering into the hotel room with? Are you going to do this with me? Who is that lady you are entering hotel room with? Are you not going to explain yourself? Like you just entered the hotel room with a lady. My friend called me, and I'm very sure it's you. You're wearing a black t-shirt.
Hey, Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Please don't do this. Don't even start it, because I know you are going to deny it. Who is the lady? Who is the lady? I'm here. When are you going to stop cheating on me? What is wrong with you? Every time you just today again, you're going out. How can you say she's lying? It's not black t-shirt they're wearing like this. What is wrong with you? Must you cheat? Most people, they close from work and they go home. You're going into a hotel room with a woman. What is wrong with you? Why do you keep treating me like this? Why do you keep treating me like this? What is wrong with you? I'm here treating. What are you saying? Am I not here with you like this? Can't you see me in flesh and blood?
Manchester United.
Sorry, just go to bed.
Iranian!
Sorry.
and see, I don't know. Like concerned to level beer, like the reasoning doesn't even come in. All they need is the information to act upon, or I don't know.
Papa,
Master.
Missy, me person utro way to her because this is one of the things I say relationship part way to her. Near pay one day before one segment be power for this.
Okay.
We idea say relationship I say yes you, but seriously, we need the cophobia come. What do I say? If you chop and I time for South segment, Papa, the best I will be why Baby. Wow.
I said, get so ni be ye pa Allah.
Only by your partner friend Daavi.
Ha!
Hey!
Conquensible Pro Max.
Oh.
Of what I saw, maybe I know be before from.
Yes.
Can
Can you imagine if this man had stepped out to go buy something from work? Yeah. How would you even explain? You go explain tire.
Just Papa okoto mosquito coil crack and it's yati.
But wait a minute, oh. Again, Obi, I gather the courage to call you about your husband like that.
And you know, I also missing John to honor.
They tell me missing John because Uma
Information will be no.
Information being Miss Chilo, and then the Becca's asking.
Media made this never with my issue, but down for no crime, I can't tell me.
Information will be no.
No.
Information oh.
Information
That's I acquire that I said you na suma no wine no.
Why are you doing this now?
I know see me who video we are. Me sri ya ka Philips na ema ba wi asekra no. Ahun ba de omo ye adwuma no.
Information. And the last one, and I think we spoke about it last week. Say, make sure your phone calls are something that your partner always look forward to, not something that will scare them. That not a chore like man, or afraid. Sometimes somebody can you imagine when your partner is having a good day until they see your call? That's very bad. That's very, very bad. Like, imagine someone, everything is going on well, and then they see you calling. There we go. That is a very, very bad situation. But it should be the other way around. The partner is going through some serious, stressful situation. They see you call, thank God. Then then you are.
Possible.
Which one?
That's where I want to work at. American is possible.
Oh yeah.
It's possible.
It depends on how you're able to control your emotions. I mean, sometimes Charlie, call your hub, papa. You're like, kai.
It's in a long distance relationship. How often should couples talk?
So, what the advice is that as often as it's practical, but don't make it too much.
Okay.
Don't make it too much because then there's a tendency that you run out of conversation, you run out of topics to talk about. Then it becomes mundane, it becomes boring, it becomes a chore. However, even if you're going to talk 10 minutes, 15 minutes every day, make that 15 minutes count. Make it a 15 minutes that they will always be looking forward to. Don't make it a 2 hours that is the worst 2 hours of their day. So it all depends. Put quality over quantity. When it comes to long distance telephone conversations, put quality over quantity. And don't, hey, Charlie, when you can say 2 hours in your Mansan friend, hey, since we were about 12:22, when you can say about 10:30, I have to call. No, you don't need to do all that. You don't need to do if you talk once a day, make sure the time that you are talking carries a lot of weight so that it will be memorable. It will be something that they will always be looking forward to the next day for your call. And say, no, yes, that is my answer. I don't know. Sedimpa, what do you think? How often should people in long distance relationship talk?
You can't put a number on it because sometimes as we all hear, that's a deal. Will be a long distance relationship. How your heart beats, for that person. You could just call the person and say, you know what? You see, I bet you hold on the I'm just imagining be you want to say how be anka be anka meeting there me person me and I see ye keke. What I say? Calls no day. It doesn't matter how many times it will be through, but if it becomes annoying calls, we bet me throw and I'm a throw first one frame me and I'm a throw so I'm fat and I don't know and I'm a throw 12 and then me throw 12 one fat. You know all this annoying calls, you know, and then money here before. You don't have to have a number, as you said, you know, quality. Quality, because I read about why women don't want to hear from men. Peace. We don't ask too much. Peace of mind and then respect. So there's it is a
Ana also no balloons. Obviously no balloons.
so
And I'm going to me who.
So it's you don't have to have a time, but it should be a quality. And when you know it's how you start it. And I say, when you're sure about don't pick up a phone and start calling. Because at that point, you come here, you don't know where I am. And I say, the manager, and I say, Matthias Sembi, now so do the number home. You are supposed to be giving me peace, or I'm supposed to be giving you peace, not to be annoying. There's no time for it.
Okay, so I think the last thing we were saying something about communication, right? How people should communicate in long distance relationship. And I think Missy was mentioning something about being proactive. Like, what was it? Oh, I'm trying to remember. Maybe I'm a poison about make or that, right? It's as simple as that. So that the person knows to say, well, fair, one far, wada. And when you just mentioned peace, and I mean kind of to help with the relationship and people's, so you can maintain the peace and all that. Should people give heads up so that we will avoid this thing you're talking about of, because it looks like say my tires are there. To avoid all that, my friend, it becomes a pattern, right? It brings anxiety. It brings sad personality of me, how like, honey, people need to communicate. Can we add that to start long distance? Because when the person is not in your space now, they're always thinking about you because they care, right? And so if you also don't help meeting the person and letting them know, so okay, yeah, made up for say anything. Now, me say omo peace, yeah, okay. No, when your mind reader.
Okay, so so it's a question. One thing we have to know in relationship, and I mean, you have to trust yourself and then trust the person you're with. Lady and the also untrusted no,
Of course,
and it can say be an area Ghana and I said you baby. And I said who can follow baby. So who trust in our home? Sometimes the peace comes in that trust and I say, David Fremen, like I'm sure me, but a small analogy you have. More Fremen, because of the time parameters in between us, so my max show so crana. I don't think the same Rebecca said be I may ignore show no. It be a mobile there. In your mind, no one say be time parameters in Timada. In the first way, no, when I said more trust me or hockey because of times. So what I say. It be a say me know at the same time of crana, and I would say east and I may to west. It be a maybe that day and then me quite my bread. Personally, I have this nigalitis. Me did we are me tena hona na me kumuna me pese beda. It be a phone that me chepa that vibrate and I said that silent too. Mint and not cramping and be a man. I want you to believe or trust yourself or trust me, say, oh, you're okay. It be a phone no one the who phone call we are over frame me at the back. Have I answered your question?
Mhm.
But if you don't do that, now say if you have other mindset beer and no insecurity start sitting in crack
You
beer.
need
What to have?
explanation for everything.
What's a beer and I say, would you double and on frame this time or Sabarista with Juma Bawufi and I'm a friend on fire. I'm a friend and I make voices be a honum, when they show honum and I will peer. You understand? Trust. And you know that trust, you know. Daavi, that trust, you know, is even good for you because your mind, your sanity, crown. When you have that trust now, you want to say what me that a man of peace of mind.
Ebwa with like.
Have I answered your question?
Okay. About 11. So I think say we'll try and segue into your next topic, and so that we don't waste a say nenda one that abija here. You don't want to be a waste. But before then, me person be a pen and paper. We want to do a quick exercise. Take a piece of paper, or you can just watch and mark yourself. Now, so I'm going to post this here. I hope we'll be able to read it all on the screen. Okay, good. So quiz number 1. Love language quiz number 1. When your partner or a friend accomplishes something significant, how do you express your congratulations or support? So the answer is A, give them heartfelt compliment. If that's what you do, just write A. B, offer to do something special for them. If that's what you do, write B. C, give them a thoughtful gift. If that's what you do, write C. D, spend quality time together with the person. And then E, give them a warm hug and a pat on the back. So whichever your answer is, write it down. Just put number 1, E. Number 2, D. Okay. So that's number 1. Write your answer. We're going to go to number 2. Number 2, same thing. Here is number 2. Number 2 number. Okay. How do you typically apologize to someone you care about after a disagreement or misunderstanding? 1, A, use comforting words to reassure them. B, offer to do something to make it right. C, give them a meaningful gift as a gesture of apology. D, spend quality time discussing the issue and finding a resolution. And then E, show physical affection to express your regrets. So, and so obiara funny answer because I'm confused. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Is it okay. Number 3. It's just 5 questions. Number 3.
Papa,
Yes, sir.
not to cut you short, but before we gotten into this question and answers, I was expecting us to start from the love language nankasa, because questions now bisano a bit confusing for after you if we go back to love languages in that, people will understand things differently.
Okay.
So
I thought
from there.
I thought about that, but what the reason why I'm doing it is that some people might think their love language is something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing this to make people know where they think they are, and then when you break it down, they might be like, okay, maybe that's not where I thought I was. Because if you break it down already, then this will be it will be like too easy for people to guess what they think. But this is like a quiz before the lesson. I say testing your knowledge before the lesson. So that when the lesson actually comes in, and then it will either make sense, it will be like, oh, okay, and I need to take a second look at this thing that I thought it was. And say, me join me and I'm so okay, let me go this way. So you don't worry,
Okay.
Ebefa. Okay, so number 3 is when planning, selecting. Okay, hey, Q near day. When planning a special day with your partner or your friend, what aspect do you prioritize the most? Meaningful exchange, meaningful and encouraging words, act of service or favors, selecting gifts. Now, Q near day.
Question.
Oh, okay. I think so. Quality time spent together or physical closeness and touch. When you are planning a special day with your partner, what do you have in mind? What do you normally consider the most? And also, and then the last two, I say, how do you express your love on daily basis? How do you express your love on daily basis? The first one is complimenting and praising, doing tasks or favors, surprising them with small gifts, spending quality time together, and then physical touch and closeness. How do you express your love on daily basis? On daily basis, okay. I think so. Then the last one. In times of stress, what do you appreciate most from your partner? In times of stress, what do you appreciate most from your partner? A, encouraging and uplifting words. B, practical help and support. C, thoughtful gestures or gifts. D, having their undivided attention and support. And then E, physical comfort and closeness. And obia and now when we get done now, I will tell you how to determine what you are, or maybe by listening to say the impano, you'll be able to figure out, say, okay, these things make sense or they don't. And to say, Emra Kano, with the assurance,
Okay. Madam Wasi, question be another person be sabami refill. Missy Patrol last week was Saka or answer no.
Mpacho nyo, Mr. Ken.
Oh, baby, picture near clear. TV3.
Yeah, no problem.
I see Coffee TV, no.
Oh, declare.
We say for
It's not between my dinner. Yes, I did.
that's actually judge them.
Them.
Okay, we say for this is one of the topic I take personally. I take it serious because yes, it be say the nipa travel chinko, but any part there child there saying any pay. Nti nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ nom a yɛsua no da biara and that way Personally, I've had my personal experience with it, and you say did the baby. Yeah, what body is if I ask, may start it from Papa was Sokrana, what is your love language?
So, very good question. Maybe I think mine is a two, I would say. But maybe by the time you get done, I can narrow it to just one. But my mind will be service, act of service, like doing something for me, and then the physical closeness, the physical touch part.
Let me see you, sir.
Okay, I did the test somewhere last year, and I realized that I'm assuming they know more like words of affirmation, and like to say more like compliments, send me a baby and pay them my compliments and stuff like that, that's what I realized.
Daavi.
Oh God.
And I didn't come out.
Now better than one. How about it?
For the back is a BB Aboko.
I'm happy with her say, cause hey, you love sex too much. Oh geez.
Hey,
Okay, so
hey.
so then okay,
Hey.
so my I think that words of affirmation, I'm into that as well. I love that affirmation, compliments, and then I love to spend quality time. I can if I want to be around you and I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did we all forget about receiving? Because it looks like you're telling be receiving.
Sir, I have this. Okay, last year when I did this test, I came to realize, say, nipa yen love language no. For some reason, about different stages in our life. That's what I realized. One say, obi ohon my infant there, I'm a day. 20 years back, me love language. It might not be the same thing as now. That's what I came to realize there. I think the love language, will depend on a particular stage in the person's life. Maybe I find that 20 years ago, maybe I'm me date to be 20 years, I was young, probably like, a teenager or baby. Maybe I'm a boyfriend, me pay baby or my gifts now. But at this age, no, na me here. See, that's what I came to realize there. It depends on the person and the stage in the person's life. Another stage a nipa no womb at that particular moment no. Ono or check nipa ne love language. Obi wo hono ma. Yen fan there. Obi wo hono ma ono na ehia no. Ono onyi nkrata na so aye na like he only them time na or they be ebia no here sika to even do nkrata into ono no ebia ne love language no be bibi e de be man na betuma supporting at that particular time no. But sure they am I making sense?
You're making sense, but
Yeah,
you're not
so
getting it. You're
that
not
is
getting it
what
right.
last year me text me when I met them. But I don't think they 20 years back in the busam there and I'm them test now and I'll get this, words of affirmation and now they be and now they be me a baby I me expect them my compliments now they like more like words, encouraging words, like to uplift me now they you're doing good, keep it up. Them man, maybe 20 years ago no. obey gifts. Like, why don't you give me gifts? Now, that's maybe I'm dating somebody. That's what I'm expecting. See, I think the love language is no. Sometimes I think that it depends on the stage and nipano at the particular time and nipano stage or womb. That sometimes on my nipani who love language nade.
I think that time obi so was that situation I don't think that time you know your love language. So if so when the krata na wojo ne krata ho and I say upiska kwa krata na say upisika agently akwa bibia, that's not a love language. That shouldn't fall in as a love language. Love language is something that is part of you, that you know it from even when you're in KG till when you are in PhD. What calms you down? What makes you happy? Because it doesn't matter say we hear sika kwa krata and I say we hear sika akwa solve issue be urgently or fear and I say aye bibi sisi ya and ebitwomako, but your love language won't pass. Your love language is still going to be there.
Okay.
So what the make can I say? It's in there 20 years ago no now we and I feel why they well. It be at that time no you didn't understand the word love languages because say ushemu pa ye na old school you na fancy which your love letter kramawa when you ho, but was that your love language? So I say obi oha old school no yakota de channel and I say obi tuto nyama no, was that your love language? You never know. Love language is something that people, a lot of us don't understand the word love language, because as we are even talking now, it could be somebody's love language. And that is understanding, Keke.
Okay.
Say, just making me understand what is going on, it's my love language. And Obi also swear, on only the say, opposite or ye be a movie, Keke. And me person the touch one will be a person be more be. I've noticed say and then so be person obi do be crana say or ya dear manner. I quite be to say, oh, bra we be an sister with the bra we Jimmy no. It's none the referee the service only the art of service to people no. Obi beka onipa bi beka Daavi beka tell na man referee aka say oh me nye biem because me koya obi beka tell me say me Jimmy ma say nipa so mesui na nipa ko no the referee no art of service as no love language na kasa na the referee it will say art of service no need be afi no hwehwe words of affirmation is not helping. So what I say your mistakes when you be bebre by not how we feel about how people tell us. I mean what we hear about from people. And this thing is destroying us so much about our love languages because it will be how we need the say. Media, me said then all I want to know, they say, Missy Beth me, no, I can't send out to me. Oh, although, the question in a minimum, it's what say. Meaning, say what chances and I say what choice I own, and can bet my ye be quite manable say, but situation in Unisha Bay. Unishu so abɛn so I mean sure so tell so don't start I can crawl and I say do something say something be me crawl come and look pen be and the crawl no here will be an also so there no no me like also be I can send it there back and I send it there you know and I send it there sir. You cannot have more than one love language. You can have only one. You can have one. So if I ask you, say, na say be obi ka say ne dey affirmation, na say ne dey physical touch, and I say yeah, all but one of them is going to be champion one. So the champion one is what we're talking about. That's your love language. Now, what the question I wanted to ask before Nana, Papa, beside this questions, when we ask the word words of affirmation. How do we understand words of affirmation? Because I'm going to ask about what is it, how to express it, and then how do you solve it when there's a situation. Because say if I don't understand your words of affirmation, how do I solve it? How do I express it to you? And I then cry. Papa, me to maybe say words of affirmation.
I could be totally wrong with my answer, but I'm going to attempt it. Just like you said, so a couple of years ago, a friend called me, and she was in a very sticky situation. And when she called, before I could even say anything, what she said was, all I need you to tell me is it will be okay. I don't need you to solve the problem for me. I know you cannot solve it. I don't need your solution. Of course, Papa, as someone with pede catcher mind, the BBA be okay. I'm like, why? What's going on? I was like, just say that for me. That is all I want you to say before I even tell you the problem. And I said it, and I could feel some relief in her voice. You understand? And of course, when she told me the problem, it wasn't something I can solve. It was beyond my pay grade. But all that she wanted to hear was for me to say everything will be okay. So if I'm not mistaken, these are people who wants to hear these calm, soothing pronouncements, regardless of what situation they are in, because they know that you might not be able, but the fact that you found a way to calm them down resets them to a point where they can start thinking of how to solve the problem all over again, because their minds will probably be clouded with so many things. Like, all they need is someone to help them reset. So, I mean, like I said, I stand corrected, but that's how I feel about people who are into words of affirmation. They want you to say something comforting, something soothing, something warm for them to reset and pick up from wherever they got stuck at.
Yeah, that's very good. But you'll be kind of. Missy, and that movie be kind of.
Oh, you're asking what words of affirmation is?
Yeah.
Oh, it's positive words, communication. Oh my God. Words that shows respect for a person. For me, that's how I understand it. Yeah. So that's all. That's all I understand.
And I'll add to it as words that uplift the person, encourages the person, more like a positive vibe, yeah. So I think that's what I'll add to.
Yeah. I think from what you're saying, I come in there. The words of affirmation is what you just mentioned. I mean, you circle it all. Is a words of affirmation is something that comforts someone, uplifting, comfort, bringing them, resetting them, their minds. Like Papa Kano, because you'll be a honor, all the catch on in all the catch for you to say it is going to be okay. Don't worry, things are going to be okay. Now, in a natural sense, I don't know much about other. I'm not going to talk about beyond Ghana, and I say beyond the way. Yeah, sabi Ghana for Ankasa Yobia. We're scared to say I don't know. Most of us we are scared to say I don't know. To be or that's the typical one is what we say na me the past said me ya me quite me ya sa instead onim ho hwe instead so beka say bia me nim ho hwe no straight away they jump into no after draw no after paracetamol and I say after Advil America for yes no makano after Advil because we always want to know. We don't sit back to think yeah nitina and yana could be caused by other things or well let me be ignorant about it. We fear to be ignorant. So obi ba you feel it was so can be children like what Papa said, you know. The person that said that to you, like he or she was expecting you to say it is going to be okay. Now, I'm breaking it back to what a counselor and a therapist does. When you just say what a counselor does and a therapist, what they do, the difference between the therapist and the counselor. Pacho, you move in meaning now.
Now that you mention it, I'm confused.
You move be a counselor order. So the Daavi will see them so I could be there. Okay, fine. So
I've been
you
to
know
a
when you
therapist, but I've not been to it.
okay, so when you go to a therapist, what does a therapist do?
Oh, we have a conversation. I mean,
Can a therapist be word of affirmation?
Yes, in a way that
Nope.
in a way, in a way, because for me, what I'm saying is in a way because the person said something, and well, what I'm saying, it depends on the individual, right? So that's why I said in a way because that therapist said few things about me that made me feel so good because when I spoke to this person after we had all that conversation, they mentioned a few things that I feel it was qualities about me that made me feel good. So if you ask me, did that therapist give me some words of affirmation? Yes, they did. But
Okay,
I don't think
good.
that's the job.
Okay, so
Say, wait,
therapist.
Pacho, before you continue, AJ, I bet you any am said now why busy kakranti. AJ, meaning so unim AJ or no, na menen the hosty program way every Wednesday. But and then I'm saying why busy kakranti. I feel na way free up kakra wap joining. See, ekuya, yamo akwaba.
Okay, Akaba.
Yeah. Which will be
Yeah,
Yeah. So what a therapist does, as you said, you know, is they listen to you, they read you whilst you're talking, you know, they're listening to you and they're reading you as in they're scanning you. Whilst they're scanning you, you know, so what I say, they are preparing some questions be. And I said, trying to give you some guidelines be, not solving your issues, so what I say, but they giving you guidelines about, oh, okay, did you try this? And what in the background or can saying, and a bit be questions be to say, when you're to boss city yanka, if we send a den a beba. So what I say, that's the little side of the therapist, which is what I'm giving you. Counselors, all they do is to sit there and listen to you, making you, because you want somewhere to vent, and that's where counselors do. So I always choose therapists more than a counselor because counselors still, you just have to go there and vent. You've got few questions they're going to ask you, and the questions it will give you the chance to speak out, bring it out from you. And the more they have, so counselors have a way of making you sit down to talk.
But the therapist also does the same thing, though.
Yeah, but the counselors, the atmosphere of the counselors counts. The therapist, you can be a therapist by walking on the street or doing anything. But a counselor will make you sit down or make you comfort. The difference. I always tell people, go and see a therapist instead of the counselor. Because the therapist, will listen to you and give you guidelines. Not all the guidelines that we need, though, but they mostly give more too. But if you go to a counselor will just listen to you, and then they will give obisa question, say, oh, okay, tell me about yourself, and then you keep on talking. Or what's we're saying in our time or command? Oh, okay. So how about your mom? How about your dad? So if that is got to do with the situation now, and that's an issue now to call now. That is it. And that's it. Papa, they make someone to say.
Yeah, well, so I'm thinking, do we have specialists like ABR, sex therapists, marriage therapists? Do they specialize? And could that be one of the differences? How to strike some of the.
There are people that
at the moment I'm aspiring marriage therapist.
Okay. I think your girl was saying
something. Maybe in a year or two, I'll be done with it.
There are differences between. That's why we have relationship coach, we have marriage counselor or therapist or whatever. There are differences. There is a sex therapist because they specialize in that. They go and their focus is just on that. They don't focus on anything else. You understand? Maybe there might be other things where they will touch on, but their main goal and focus is to focus on sex.
Yeah.
And the other things that comes with it. So but their focus is sex. I say wako school. Now, okay, so this is my major. My major is nursing or whatever. You would learn other things and you'd be like, now we are fat nursing, but it's a part of it. It comes with a package. But your focus is nursing. I hope I'm making sense, Papa. The question I always say,
Okay, so when we come back to affirmation now. Affirmation are like everybody will be our chair now, It's the people that love words of affirmation are the people that want to comfort you. They always want to express appreciations to you. They are always happy for you. They're always telling you things, and as they want to hear things to be the soothing or the calming situations. Even when there's no situation, even what that now say, who can be now. Even telling somebody I love you, it's a word of affirmation. Touching somebody, touching somebody from the shoulder is words of affirmation, not from the other side, Papa. I'm talking about the shoulder.
It's words of affirmation.
Somebody can always suit you can always suit it. And if
appreciating.
Appreciating someone, why are there? Like, I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you, Papa. I'm very proud of you with this program. Yeah, with your everybody now. So what I say, it is all part of affirmation. When we go to that affirmation side now, I see you brain and this affirmation. I say, oh, I said because I said me that say, and because I said me that say, when to me and catch you and me. Maybe the old kind of come man. Maybe the other say so called dear mommy. Maybe there's a flowers now but mommy. And I saw a show note I day, a mommy. So what I say, show note be can home, be a momo be clang and just playing on my phone. So what I say, they say they are not Daavi penny. And no, nipa bebree and say, cash up, zeal. Now it's soon. Oh, phone so clean. No, I can't. So the and no any affirmation. And receiving. Well, so we have the receiving part, we have the service part, we have the quality time, and then we also have the physical touch. The physical touch, could also be affirming. It's also formed as a part of the affirmations. So, like I said, when we say physical touch, and touch, say you, like the way like never be able to yama all we say, is all never be to bring peace into you, or you giving somebody. But you say me to the what the make say. It's either say what the end say me affirm it to people, or people affirming to me to calm me down. That's my love language. And that is what I give, or that's what I receive as love language. When we go to acts of service, can we say responsibilities are acts of service?
Like how? Like if you can break it down a little bit, what do you mean responsibility?
Like you always buy yere and also a girlfriend, no woman to chop money, no. Is it a service? Is it out of service?
For me, I think yes.
Why do you think it's yes?
Because they want to give. Some people just enjoy doing stuff for people. It's
No,
but what he's saying is, it's not a matter of you enjoy. Whether you're supposed to do it.
Yes. No. But me cannot. The thing is in my head, because I know somebody that I could tell, say, Abribia, or yeah, dear manipa maneniadia, utimi who say a love language, like on Philippine, or like or Bribiana. People around that person, Abribio person ABB, or taking response, like officer are responsible for. I don't know how to put it, and I'm trying to, and all beside about giving. Won't say if I'm wrong, I don't know if I'm understanding, but won't say. You ever say Mema in particular, right? You more born to give, like I say, oh, man. Mo per se mo ya dear man, like you want to, what is the word that is not coming? Oh my God. Oh.
Impress,
You know, no, it's not about impressing.
Daavi,
but it's about
Daavi, enye meme ni mnampacho. Meme ma fancy bi.
When you meme but
meme fancy.
So okay, Mami can say, Mami can say, okay, there's a way to massage a man's ego by making him feel, say, you need him, right? Like you need. I don't know if I'm still trying to. You know what? I'll leave it alone because I'm trying to put it right, but the words are not coming. I don't know, for whatever reason. Whoever, Papa. Papa, Jamumu, ay, Jamai Junum, Namutu Kenya Sasam. Ata. Abasama. No.
Okay.
In that, first of all, I tell them ready or a different red. I was not don't call me.
Okay, but it's a cassa.
Nipa, you town for you fearful. Nipa, you want some. Nipa.
Okay, but will be become AJ.
But you say.
Will be become out of service no.
I mean, actually,
No, I
that's
think so his question was is responsibility same as act of service.
no, I don't think so. I mean, no, I don't think so. I mean, if you ask me personally, because it's not my responsibility to say I'm gonna go buy a gift for Akusia on her birthday. It's not my responsibility to say I'm going to give something to Missy. It's a choice. It's something that you should enjoy doing. So what I say, for me, like this, act of service is something I enjoy doing, and I've had friends that enjoy me because of what I do. I like to give. I'm a gift, so I like to give. I like to gift, and I do it out of my own free will. It's not my responsibility or anything like that. It's something that I actually enjoy doing, because to see a smile on somebody's face, to see that, oh, you know, in my time of need, she was there, and I say, be out of nowhere, she surprised me or something like that. The smile, the look, and it's not my responsibility, but I love doing it. So there's a difference between responsibility and act of kindness, or doing something out of your own free will.
Okay, so
But
Missy,
another pigeon in so.
another.
Yeah,
Patrol.
out of service. Also, me, James be a bit
Out of service.
Responsibility.
Another. We teach a we actually wrong.
Act of
Act. I won't say the make a say what membranes and not fried.
See,
Or not catch you.
Munyana
Also,
Nana graduate Sunday what Munyana.
also, your society are free bonus. So, yakwe di pebia, I say, Bema, and you may be a bekan who say, I say, it just said, oh, yes, I dear no. Say, oh, yakoma. Your society in the Sada Quest. I said, Bema dear, also yakoma. And he said, oh, yes, I dear the crana. Emma, depending on us, which I said, only on Temuno, and I said, watching who flew on home. What you must say, because say, idea there be away, no. At moment, I obey giant, and depending who say, a fast or no, watching who flew on home. You're kind of in charge, I don't know.
Tell us what you're doing.
Yeah. Because a nipa no betime ade agina so kra ene action man so bi akra bi obeti ase ya onti ase because ohun is ade also ye na fe wagyae or responsibilities also ye na say wagyae. Yeah.
So don't we all think say when the word responsibility becomes is a burden?
Yeah. Okay, can I also add something when it comes to the act of service? I
Yes.
think that in my opinion, I feel that you finally say, who say if you on in a home, no, usually no, yeah, in na way is the ban or wash the dishes na the So for me, let's say when I cook and I am cleaning, na me who day, ebia I feel I'm tired. Ebia me kunu who dem my break. Then he steps in, he helps, wash the dishes. Knowing that usually I do that. To me, I think say no act of service. He's doing that to help me. Like it's for us. But usually I'm the one that why they me responsibility to do it. But he step in and he does it. That's act of service. Oh yeah, damn.
Okay.
Just to help me say, relax a little, another load, a little bit off my shoulders. That's how I feel it is.
So the reason why I was asking if it becomes a burden, and I said, your mindset do why they are two so said be free and be free, but be free. You buy a baby drew and they are said be able to see you know. I'm sure people still live in that mindset and say to say the Abeeku kind of giving chop money becomes a responsible, and responsible becomes a burden. It's not out of service, and it was so yeah now over ye, and yet I dear through. So what I say now, if I touch a wine in the crown, where they did. So what I say, it's another idea. Chop money is a burden. It's a responsibility.
It's a responsibility.
It's not idea. It's out of service, like Missy kind of. I'm going to correct Miss Kakra. I mean, say unkwa na utifia, ube didi, ube oron chancing, ube says you feel, ube yawade. So what I say, it is say, oba bow in China said, bema bow in China. Either way, no, or there and Sajman, said a coso. But how does it become out of service? Abeeku.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Daavi's submission kind of made everything clear to me that there's a distinction between responsibility and act of service. So basically, with the responsibility, no, at a point, if you have your way, you run away from it because it's a chore. I said it comes with some force behind it. You have to do it. You are the husband. You have to watch the cars. You have to do this. You have to mow the lawn. You have to do that. You have to do that. So it's your responsibility. But the act of service, nobody tells you to do it.
Okay, so
you don't. For the most part, you are not even doing it to get any sort of compliment or appreciation from anyone.
Right.
You just do it because you want to do it.
Yeah. So breakfast in bed, is it out of service or responsibility?
So it'd be a question.
Breakfast in bed.
For new person or old person? Like
what do I actually too? Because it doesn't matter old, new, or becoming.
It doesn't matter.
Debut, and I bet you say new person, yeah. No.
Responsibility. The act of service.
If you ask what to do, one year, if you can't
Question say mun chemu mun jani sana bitu ama ya wachire
who treating new person different.
Asema
also be free no you are there be on na say oh yeah you mu bebre fi say bi ase oh boy di pana na but say say me ndare nwie na nko bathroom na nko hu se me ho ahuru e ho na me si bathroom so na mu afia magitwi mu me yes adwuma na ya de ahia.
You're not doing it for anybody.
If you are the also Odo who shame be done there,
Let me answer. Nana Dako, was said say, Ufi Ubafna could carry muno. Na ehuni ni emekuno. Nanka wo train say me na me free me fear ba be bu you are who the mama wana say. Why na you expecting to do that for
Mommy,
you?
now we try your coffee on ma. Just say, oh, who knows idea we know like Najuma.
Any sorry.
Me pacho enye obi
Me
adwuma.
pacho say obi who say ne yire tank gas ni no ko bu gas go mo all the time. Act of service and that's a responsibility.
When you be so confusing question, go be some for clarification. Not a problem. We mean yeah.
Like I hope so be say a new person car and the old person car. Hey, if you see the find you want some level.
I mic my
Not more last some I'm not sure. You put that open that never for Nizipo wasn't different.
I mic my mute. I mic my mute.
Okay, so
Problem can be.
Nana Dako can use word be the Nana baby a free no sometimes and I conflicting yama baby and baby a free no it means sit on our happiness baby once I make us a medical say so we knew one didn't play to a semi room I was saying see I was saying you saying the fact that what banner doesn't mean say or semi jai edema and you'll be a juma so what I say Sabi say you'll be a juma now they are so adwuma kra na kuma say yin na ye adwuma na untimi be ka say oba adwuma nie na be ma so adwuma nie oba bi kra o ye adwuma more than be ma bi so what I say o ka say switch ni sa wo na ka oba na ka say na me na me switch me na me ye adwuma kase na me na me bo akoma ofie di a den oba ka say oba na ka say no ye be ma ofie when it becomes out of service now it should be something that is coming from you. I say, one, I love my house to be cleaned. I love my environment. I love my sanity to be peaceful. Meaning said to be a kushia a yes side way, and I said Daavi yes side way, and I clear yes side way. I didn't I said it to her, na me my fab beer, TV. I will ask it. And the same person who Adriane, if he were has say, and I say, bedroom and tone, partner, and why do I even have to see, say, oh, no, only send away in no. You share the job, and then when you're sharing it now, when you say, you share the job now, and now they are more bio, but you have to do it with love, and that is where the act of service sets in. You have to do it coming from you. Say idea me and was send to me here a surprise me you say oh and then the be I made lame bed but and the crowd they'll buy me lay bed and the rose flower be quiet the act so one with the love or the mindset behind it so what I say and the money is service out of service but when it becomes a chore like I say your responsibility say no or bad is not part of out of service. It's a responsibility. How does she do the service not for you? Because Usha say out of service in the kitchen. And the other day, I'm saying, yes, well, wait me who two in the room. The other brought by love and the other by responsibility. And you can tell the two. And I'm Mamma.
True. It's a true.
So that's it. And this, Papa, breakfast in bed, the bro, no. Because and now I can say me sure so baby. The obey no or yeah because or could take box on say yes when you're my old person into a quack into a cocky baby but when you're doing it when you're doing it with love now so I say if you can say within yourself and I can say your nerves something opens within you your skin your heart so I say something opens within you say I feel joy doing this for this person. I feel joy doing this for this person. Oh, it's my responsibility. Okay, you see me for breakfast in bed. Oh, mommy for tray. My yes is no, they're about breakfast in bed. Sorry, I did the mama why. No. And there's a different way. So all the baby with the heart warming, no. Oh, what sorry, I brought you something to eat. What touching the pakro, what can be your finano, and this and when you work, say, when it becomes responsibility as I feel another requirement, and the Bemus who crowd to see was snap to see was so better gap.
Retica.
So that's it.
I you ain't Pacho about 12. Obey Juana, me Pamuna, me now. About 12 years, okay. Narako.
Yo, any na it's for the IE radio so mamuti. Aha, and I did more BC. We share Facebook and YouTube, but YouTube na ye Nkomo so Nkomo I de go for love language ni act of service ni ade na ye kikabu confusion e basa ani nyina so ne se utu aduboni a ene dia we di jamo radio so se utu aduboni a e bi ka wano e wo ma nyonko e ntwa nko a usu wutwa no munia va Daavi Beyonce bakope ena motirinke ye de mo besia dasene e besia ya kram
Ayo, we in initially. Say Pacho to us, boy.
So when like I said, when it becomes out of service now, it's something that you experience. Whatever you're doing, you're expressing your love, your emotions around it. So what do I say? Like with me, I mean, out of service could be going to the dream crack command a lunch, or sometimes out of service crowd just go there, taking them for a lunch or taking them, and then I feel like to pick you up from work and then bring you back home. So what I say, it's not responsibility. Say me you know I was saying be foul for and I said no. When do you do expect to say your responsibility as a man? I mean, some time ago I dated somebody. Some time ago.
And Chevy Brady,
And
about the Yafi to us.
I'm saying we school. I'm saying we school now. And this person, for me, I felt like giving and then giving the services and then doing all this quality time. I gave all of these things, Idea na menye and they say and I said and look up na me when Sibia and the Pacro China, maybe a mamma bibi kakra aton of Hana so far solve the issue kakra. But the na me me ohana mato we akomano, me ohana it me fan with jumem. I was madly in love with this person and she sometimes or her before what point juma no kwano. Na me free fee said yeah, me and tip be together, but me kwakufe na bia me waduane ofia. I warm the food in the food flask, I'm the cutlery I come home. Then I go wait minimum time of the do ho no more. Now my picking o picking am so before because we do fear na dia san nti the answer no do fee. To do fear odware we are na send your man across no so better no other or the to so so. And I was doing all these things. You because finally your could it now I realized say all the time na say I and now Mohammed and me probia me nene to how babu me every time we have arguments now okay can kasa and so we are seeing no they no all can bear for 2 years na not be argument ba no akofa ba ni na no you know one point that she wanted to say she couldn't say it. She was expecting me to give her money like otiwa na ma send no 50 pounds say je nefa koto bibi and I say factor aduane di any say nyama. And because of that 50 pounds, I said, me fa said, sika ketwa na man farmer no. She thinks that whatever I did ni na no.
Enyemwa.
oh, so no be or so to me say, but with me, says he cannot quite as a major point. I'll tell me another day or they can't say. It got to a point to say, she even asked me, say, she doesn't mind, say, me ma do no one sika.
Oh, dear man.
Na me their mano. And I must make a chance and say, that wouldn't be coming from me. I feel like, oh, we hear sika, mommy, £100. What the £100, mommy? I'm so okay. Oh, the £30, you know, the £20. I feel like what my Juma na me, and I didn't want that responsibility part of it. I kept asking this girl, this lady, what is your love language? Not until I think few months ago, and I said it's last year, and I'm in the casa, and I know all catching me say, when you say sad, then I'll be saying something, and I sat and I'm in tears. You, I feel I'm say love languages. And I say, first, let me name what is the love language, and I'll be saying, the way I may be saying about love language, now she was not prepared or ready to listen to whatever I was saying, but I feel, and I like, me in the casa, I say, this is how it is, this is how it is, this is how it is, then this is what you can do. And she was no casa realized, oh, okay. So her love language was receiving gifts and money, mostly money. And this is a person I dated for 3 years. So you can imagine what I went through within that 3 years.
Oh, yeah, beyond saying.
The obey bia or no or except to say Obama Sika. Sika no crapono, yes, be a mamma is co. But on only dance or what was the issue, but no, but can be na mamma is car. No mamma is car, the caucus over issue. But now, call person to why no, my sending
With no issue.
Yes, send the way factor baby, Eddie, and I said, you and
Maybe I do Pakoya would see the Pakoya with nails, Bibisa.
And
say, there's so I had you.
Any last time, Miss Cross and love language or a bem, I dear me, you will be on your proactive, on your thoughtful.
No, but it's not being thoughtful because the maker is a motia. The Niamana metomano, the places that I go with her, how the things that I try to do with her, no, it's even more expensive than so 2 hours expecting my money £20 or £30.
There we no so quite person no so any dear solo.
Solo near the
Go get your nails done, go get your hair done. Say no to me no uncle.
But what about say? I wouldn't say be a go get your hair done, but I've been with the salon with her with a few times. Your car, I mean, I met you.
Okay, who say? To me, it wasn't good on her part not to tell you till later, Krano. To me, in their communication, it all comes down to communication. Very, very important. Nipa no on your mind reader. Say, when your mind reader. It is a no hono na me feel say me pesa we mania. I will tell you, Anna, sometimes also baby I free no so kaho. On say baby or mom person baby beside they feel say the man should know. And I said the man should be a little thoughtful, say, at least on your bow or on man. Once in a while, no one man is scout. I mean your debate is up to or no, but AJ.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And I'm one of those people. Meaning how I ibisa bemadi. So I expect to say common sense should tell you, say, this is a woman that has needs. It's not your responsibility, but it is nice to know, say, or your bar, she has needs. She needs to be kept into at least, only be crying is a thought that counts. It's the thought.
AJ,
Okay.
It's the thought
AJ,
that
I
counts.
didn't know. Nipa obi ase de fobi on mo no kra ne baby o free ba no obi kra nkyere ne santi onu kra woni nti sa won so wa nka na se ejisa na odi gya hɔ kwa One eye and young quabro.
So back to what I was saying. No, any pana jumana way no home. And say me juma me 2 times. So she's very okay.
When it comes to women, it doesn't matter.
Only a mercy card here. Omukra 1 billion crown now.
And I'm just say,
Only a 1 gun and a cocaine on Mopeo.
very okay. Say, jumana make also make I say, a bedroom maybe okay. Say, some man is me per crowd or maybe didn't see can I find a day. Me sample day.
But what it makes you feel appreciated, and you say you want to
Nana that can what say was say, I'm not on the rocket science to know what's in your head or how you feel.
Yeah.
You have to tell me.
Tell me all kind and sorry.
Debbie. Now into mono. Na mobese ye pena mu me ube hu me no makoche
Ghana ni pa odeka
na da ko kama no tuna me kama atam hu me no makoche chire me locks yi hu me ma chire ne kama eye wo fe o ka ho asem me ko no me de yi ebro eniga ebro ni nkate ne ko na me de kokoi koma odi pa ko chire wa
I'm sorry. You see, our young chas here say na yesua nyoma bebre eju ne be ma ho no ma na bibi bi na wo so o ma na so asmasi me ye nipa bi a me ti say yo ono kra bi kra na waboa no wadua de papa bi oni trim cause obi on ma ba bi o free no when share ba bi a just ono no ja
some men don't listen.
Yo
you
will tell a man who the winning bisa.
Yes,
It's
not even that scrappers too.
$50. Okay, would you only before bill cry to your mammy? Would your busubi be a tria? Take this burden off me. Now, baby, need to say one kaimpo. Yes, for this one or better one.
I could
also wedu. Yeah, you guys will do so new the kitwa. Some phone.
When you have that's where I in show you some Canada, that's where communication comes to play. When we meet and we're having conversations, some men are not attentive. They don't pay attention to the things some women say, and that is where Enema fall apart. Me no be have a conversation, and I'll tell you, say me oba me what we will be a me pewasem, and I see myself with you long term. Minim how I see beside. So right then and then, sadly, I was say a cow trim. So I say, now who's okay, or baby, I say me why they waka. So me nibino. We are not expecting say kuku kuriasi misking na brain. Me nibino. At least in the so many sokra will be our bar. This is a little that I have. G nafa support and nafa soft sketty. Bibi kakra. Baby and no they were not happy to train me. And no, I was here sabe mamo reminder. Na if you say ye dime and I say ye dream be a gumbutum. Ye nyahu, ye dream be a gumbutum. In Tisano, yes, so no, ye betum credo.
And say, I don't know which you want. And by love language, na say.
Women, we enjoy, listen, we enjoy, and love language, but you see, sometimes being appreciated,
we enjoy.
No, being appreciated and being seen, say, oh, I know, say, this is my woman, I need to keep her, I need to do something. It's not that, it's the thought behind whatever it is. Sani akusi king. Send me tiwi. Na common sense doesn't tell you, say, oh, me do for me ni wo ni busu mi ma me man be say, oh, madam, mpese jina kokoye. Because it costs a lot of money. One sitting, $250 just to get my hair retwisted. Na mi koye we a wodo nsa be fefem. Wa boda man ase wani su mi brimo.
Ani echa.
Won't say. It's nice. Who share or baby? Definitely. Tell your bano keeping a hono. And then somehow, a proceeding in liking the woman, pursuing the woman. No anything nice. That no chemo any year before. Where they when your bano, only your bano nante for some time. they be or need you on cancer or jody or no aquanity, no any nails, whatever be or bar. Hey, you see, I feel when nails say nice. So one day, yeah, cause one day, just throw in that $100 and be like, babe, just get your nails done. It's nice. Oh, and I say, babe, just get your hair done. Na de be a be ye sika be yo. Na mo ba mo masa de mo sa
and mama mo okrum. And mama
Oh
mo okrum.
yeah, say
Yeah,
yeah, can I'm so omonti ase.
Omonti ase
na
he.
mama sa de mo
Someone
sa
tia
film.
Yeah,
Mo
can
ya
omonti
ni e
ase.
de robu mo chi ni e de
Say
massage mo
Miss
ni e de
say
na
AJ
na mo enjoy. Oh,
communication.
nti mo wi a. O
Missy,
Papacho.
Missy, fair.
Miss say
Where
AJ can say communication on.
Missy,
Say one te ho na se ma say enipa ne yeguma awro na ye nso titu Ghana for asem ye kan e twi ne ye kan ti dey say ye ka
Bobby,
say
share.
ye Ghana for asem he ena na ye sua nyoma bi enti so ko hia bi na so no ntimi nsua de bi a aha obi on ma just say okay kro ya okay say na tie
Nana,
obi on ma nyoma bi on ma like
boga,
the
boga,
ono fi
boga,
say
boga,
oh mama
boga,
tia
boga.
sa
Ebinim wɔ hɔ a ɛyɛ boapayo ɛna ɛyɛ wo ho.
yo
Like I said,
you're right.
some American the American say I have a friend at I don't know. May I make a change say nitino ni bibi
I
awode.
can't be with a stingy man. And
Tio,
now a man
my
who
cat
is not
maybe I
that
make a say
thoughtful.
we need bibi awode
It's
nitino
annoying.
because when we have asimbi o ha me nkomo bi o ha me ne na dia. Woman who say na mama enye wo na wo can say ni say who can say you understand what I'm saying? It means he's paying attention. All we are saying is say pay attention to details. When you have a conversation, ye share ni ye din komo. Muhu say obey me ne din komo. Ama osi ebia me ade we say me ade say pay attention to my likes and dislikes, the things I want you to focus on, the things I don't want you. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not necessarily say giving us the money is what we want to. We want to know, say, and whatever it is. So if you don't have it now, when you have it, you will do it. We don't necessarily have to come and ask you. Me,
And
And it
can I
doesn't
ask
have
a
to be
question?
Okay,
every
Can I
day.
ask a
so
question?
It doesn't have to be every
Is
day.
it okay? Is it okay to ask your partner what their love language is, or is your responsibility to figure it out?
No. How
It's okay to
you're not a
ask.
mind reader.
it's okay
That's
You're
to
not a
my
ask.
mind reader.
answer.
It's okay
But
to ask.
Meda mo nyina say it's good say when the buy and akofa say conversation we bo bia
Yeah.
clear na dwen. But when say obia free track na me wo no so and obia ka na dwen. Munti o me say or sebi o ha bia o say o me niska me niska atwa me rent no ma niska. Me peska koto adiwe and I say unhu se bibia o say okoto no ma niska akoto. You do your chore as in say okwakofa na add na restaurant na so de no be ko baby holiday so baby so what I say no what you say na nyina. Now her problem was I was so maintenance sending a £20, which is little. Say me jai holidays and this I nyama we nyina say me ko nyina that £20 me spread the crown na which mean every day which mean back so what I say. But only the any say me money be. Oh, me oh ha no my surprise oh the £20, the £10 and you but me feel say no na sakosia wo hia a bema wani age you tell me say no wani
Sir,
be done say me
sir,
spend it saa sika na kwakwato saa do we every time bia una mo no hwe say o e fine say okoto bia gift na wa gift no but say minimum say sika na hia say gift no me turn 10 add it na me talk 5% na me ma sika 5%.
sir,
It's about communication.
sir,
If you don't let me know what your love languages are, so what I say, I
yeah,
could
and
be giving you the whole world, but
we
you want £10,
we
another
understand that.
$10.
We understand that, but you know what? We as women, and I mean, most women that I speak to on the side now, nothing give us more joy or nothing give us more happiness or whatever it is than to say, obi be share na ade be show. And also obi be share na there is something on you. Oh, why do you air feel? Oh yeah, me couldn't the tomami and I'm a boy in the tomami. We enjoy that. So to say, and now you've been able to accomplish something, you'll be like, oh, with the help of my men, I'm meeting me yes, I do. When we're having a conversation, all these things will come in. And she said, man, yeah, and no near Pam with Trimonian function one, and I'm seeing out.
But you see, this is what he's saying. Say, all these things, he was doing them. The only thing he wasn't doing was actually physically giving money.
Okay.
Grocery manu. He was just not calling her to say,
okay, Papa Pachoche. I'm saying I make us say me bedi is the who be keke na me koi. Na me kase gui. Okay,
because
me ni muna na kasa ba me say na ma jam. Okay, say dimpe. Na say me kan say munu ba ko bi na mo sere na say munu sa. Na as a show na ye quiet. Say me di kakra say munu film. Anyway, say dimpa. See, that was the main thing, and then the panope, right? Now, this, and it comes back to the love language, right? It's the little things. I feel like, say, we kind of belittle or we underestimate little things that mean so much to a person. Or no, say, to say me, I make us say, I think I've said this on this platform so many times. Chuck to me, like idea you
now whisper sweet words and raise your voice, matter your voice.
However, it is that you are whispering. It can be lies. Just whisper. I don't care. What they catch me across over chop a petty as a Joseph or would you could try. The body besides say, don't coach.
Now, papa, to be as in young grass, I'm not to be as a woody.
I'm not going to command crowd when you have Nemo, the Ameme Chan say, I say, Obia catcher say, Odo, Ebia, Usho menu for moi. Emma many J. Once to what someone say, me so toa, and I me pe, Massa. Onipa no be drown. Ubet upa, so ne 2 billion times. Upa so to left side, to so right side. Ye doing once ya one so no for no penny muno. One year penny. As them way, ne ten ne way no, and no, any dear pa. After sabi me nua kuya bisa mema e die pa na ye chinching about this seminim semi kunu epe mutuo ne nkate kwan 6 a.m. bia me kunu mutuo ne nkate kwan must be ready. I bet you I will put that foot down on that table. But when it comes to you guys, it's always a struggle. Little things that people communicate that they want, they appreciate. Just do it for me. Be cry. They are okay. Cancel your money. You know about your money. But every day, biana every month, money 20 pounds. And no pay and the money for the new kunu do for dimpa kwabra o dome o sibwe.
Simple.
What do you mean? The problem no.
Years ago, I encountered this young man in Nkomo, and I'm a man who say there is something I enjoy. Me found for the Abeeku propaganda. And guess what? Even now that we're not even like in Casa like we used to, every morning, even today, every morning, I wake up with that thing on my phone. Every single day. Bacho debi ni puno. Papa unim se me min puno sa. Every morning. Every morning it's on my phone. He listened, he paid attention. Even though what he was looking for, he paid attention to the little thing that I say makes me happy or it brightens my day. How many men can say they have that, they pay attention or they focus on that? Your problem, you know, paying attention to details and listening to us. Obey a worker so pisike bra. Bia ne feel na ho say ne boy adwen ne ho ama ne £20. It might not mean in any sika bia wo. Ye mu bi say enu ma ba ne £20 ni sika bia ma. But is the thought, is the fact to say is coming from a loved one. He thought of you.
AJ. And
Yes,
American say home. It wasn't the money that was the problem, or it wasn't like I didn't know what to do. The thing is, I don't know because me yes I nyama we na se bia me talk gift na me yes I nyama se minimum say £20 and I said $20 no and we here gift na me turn say me turn every day na say every time in fact a month me turn 5 times all I'll do is say me turn 2 times not the other 3 times in na me the other media mausika.
Baby,
You see, this is where you can see.
This person,
Sir, let me cut you off right there. Wait a minute. This is where men go wrong, and because you all don't listen. Wakacha will say, why do you want to go bother yourself and go buy the gift twice a month when you can make things easy for yourself and give her the money?
Okay, so that is where I wanted you guys to, and another person when you know with you. When we say Sanyama way you know, na ya can you know. Ye jai relationship no a course sana will be a corner way and okache me about how she wanted things.
Okay.
But then,
Okay. Too late. But how about those that you communicate to them from the onset, but they still don't get it?
How do you communicate?
Before you even attempt to answer that question, I have a question.
I communicate. Yeah, wouldn't say honeymoon stages.
This whole love language. This whole love language, you know. Was it only made for women? Because I say all the discussion is focused on how to please a woman based on their love language. So far, I have not really heard anything about.
You guys are not talking about your side.
You see, it's not only
Papa, figure it out.
But we really want to please you, men. Trust me on that. If a female is into you, we want to please you. And that's why I mentioned
$50 like every other day.
Papa, that's why I mentioned there. If you people are open about the things you want and stop letting your ego and the if you show vulnerability and want to behave like a human being and stop that gender thing you people have in your heads and come out to be human beings and say odoyewu say bia enumre bia woka good night cheremia and then mama feel say odwene me ho. Believe you me I'm speaking for me. I will give you that good night.
How about Emma on also pay $50 every other day?
$50 every other day. Now communicate it to me. Say pay $50. Me send you $50.
Okay, and the first request Abba.
One anybody? Okay, no problem. I hear bia munya buto na bra ya wo try dey. I hear bia minimum way. Minuni Babetro $100. Bra me nya ho.
What's that 50 for banana 20 for?
On certain everybody, I mean, quite a few, Papa, Daavi, they've known me, I mean, Papa longer than Daavi, but they've all known me for a while. One of the things that actually pisses me off, ebema mitimi no ntem cry basa. I say it all the time. And he said, we a bear man, that's when if you continuously doing it, what do you think I should do to Adia Michi and say send you message and we're reading no one responding. But Nkrofoye.
Now they don't go na uchi sade.
Intino. Papa was when you say because
Me anxiety graba so. Me anxiety me anxiety.
when you say 3 missed calls, so when you when you say 3 missed calls.
What an option on. Brother, Fabra. Last in Mamusha.
When you say 3 missed calls.
Also, thank you for telling us. Say we have to tell you what we want,
Of course, you should.
Of course.
Yeah.
This all go back to communication.
If you don't communicate, we're not going to know. So,
you know,
if the matter say, if you read my message, you don't respond, I don't like it, and you continuously doing it, and you guys need to listen and pay attention. Papa, we see a wedding, there are things that you do, but you continuously.
Me Franca Sanangasa were stop.
If you see you was a will say, we need Pafo Frana, say the Padaday. Only Pafo
for clarification.
Now then, Padana you treated different and Pafo frustrated different.
Only Pafo Fra, on fire, why in your sanity, and you're fine. Oh, and you're fine. When you get when you
Sure, okay. Okay, me a giver, me a giver. I like to spoil my man.
You see that thing that feeling.
I like to spoil you. It's a me
could be now their man.
You have to do the same for me. Me can't say to set the level but for you to even have the thought, say, oh, my wife is doing this or my girl is doing this once in a while. No, now so the back could be a feminine. And mommy dream say, oh, dream me home. Because I was in a relationship before. Nothing be I may do tell me it gets tiring. I was like, you know what? And yes, I don't want to do it. I'm that kind of person. I was like, it gets bored and it gets tiring. So I stopped. But
yeah, Missy, if the person doesn't reciprocate, it's kind of sometimes hard. It becomes me say, hey, me fan is my to be my nation and will be saying, oh, even it be my girl way by give me it's an me Jimmy bet it feels good. I enjoy doing that. Now say bear my name who nyanse and who say, oh, and your baby into my mini and we pay mutilme fancy mutilmana. Yesterday was Mrs. Husband's birthday. Happy belated birthday too.
Oh, shout out
our husband.
Happy birthday, honey.
Did you do the job?
I did the needful.
You did it.
I made the sisterhood proud.
Thank you.
I'm still making them proud.
Power to the people.
Power to the people. Hey,
and I'll continue to make them proud.
The constituency is happy.
Actually, it started last week. When he got it right, it started from last week, and I'm
too much.
Some constituency I joined. Power to the people.
But do you also agree that you men are not for me, again, I'm speaking for me. It's a turn off for me if a man is not open. It's a turn off for me if a man is not vulnerable. It's a turn off for me. I'm not the typical girl that some of you think she is out there. I am not that kind. If you want to deal with me in private or personal with the relationship, take that gender thing somewhere, put it somewhere. Don't be doing that. Mom ka dia mo pe ye bisamwa mon kasa utu
But one thing I've also realized is what who said it, they be a cassette. And bad the way ye dream near I'm sorry to say men are not like that.
No, we know that. But when I ask you, what do you want? Medophone. Ediye na wope. Ediye na ma wenije. Ediye na me ya. Ema wenije. Don't just say, oh, nothing. Just be. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Pacho mami
Uni mo hwana.
Mami ya no pa.
Yeah.
Ego, pride. But that would be so here is trouble and proud.
Okay.
Okay, so basically ego, I think masculinity is also part of something a high.
Thank you for the word sweet.
A high man be brave. And when I was a man, I can thank you. But how do you mature your son in the house? How do you Bema, it's me money you say, or Bema, send your market to get them no feeling in an so what I say. It sits in our heights from your childhood near the engineer said there could be fee. But that be real if you say, Miss Shano, one actually me say, Bema the man in cove room, chance him, and I say Bema the man who say, or bow. I just use you or minimum the back I could see.
Okay.
Memma, you may be a how. Mo dia shayen anase sebe mema no dia shayen ama ye dia nyini eti onyini ade kwan o ma me kura gina ho na se obeto se o yere eti ho na wo be ma no gina kitchen ru ade ma o ma me no betimi aka se na na me ba be ma no momoti ho na oba na ye de ade e man bebre ma me phone bebre bi ho on kan free na no ba ni tirim no beka. And I said, Ocean the band one chain or bedding, or become yacha. Sign your money in an ego, pride, and the immaturity is so hard.
Absolutely.
Mammy Chowa dear. And meaning say, my man be brain, and then be it. I agree with sending education. Education will be a sebi. My worry da, a jayawari. My trim plan da, a jay. And sa masculinity na any woman any pride in ego no sa macho-lize no sa money na no. It was all for me to feel some bema. But guys, listen to me. Trust me. Listen to me. When we put our shoulders down, what
miracles happen?
If I know what I know now, so what I say.
Miracles happen.
Now I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven because my dear, me Pia Bontino, Bia who me say yes, Papa no corner, I said, guy no corner, man no corner, boy no corner, Nina Manuel, obey dear my saying me drew fear, so what I say. I want my wife to take me as the first son.
Thank you.
I bring my guts down. You bring your guts down. Because you know, dear. What's your Bontini?
Have you seen my guts before?
What's your Bontini? Now put up my dear. There's nothing wrong with you being even a slave for your wife. There's nothing wrong. So
no,
I'm just using the word. I'm just using it. So, because so she has said your beer or bar, and I said beer, or you're matured enough to understand you. Not Sebi, Pirawa, and I said, when you must be bedroom, and I said, that's a fee. So I say, oh, bro, what's the manner? So what I say, and ma, I perceive bring your shoulders down like I am now. No more crockery to say first child.
Bro.
When my dear, I have tasted that time when I me yet me do fear no my year me home macho. And now I've tasted it like mommy, I do no fear BD. And I didn't BD crowd come with me on. Now I know Diane. So I say two things. A Diane by now, yeah. So I say,
When a year no send no balloons here.
Oka some papa na ba lose naba.
It's a cash up for no.
Oh, nice to meet you, say.
What do you say? We love language here balloons.
What about there?
Mommy and crop will be why.
What about there? I like the fact of the person I am now because what about there? And you may be an first me materializing or no. Such as they say me will fear me normalize it.
I like the word
Thank
materialize.
you.
And you may be an materializing or no. They say me normalize it into me fear.
Why am I brain and
I want my
me Google
wife
post said empowered na Google aja that because materialize there na come one.
Anything I said in funny.
so that say and you may be a na first you know me ya na me pija no me be feel this time now. Oh and when my dear back so my sense here. Yeah, recently me ho kafo nya it was a slight argument no kwa adwuma and no friend me okwa adwuma no me am da kwasa na me say mpacho ma me fa sa ma bufu se na se me macho se mo no fa nkoho enti me friend sebe me be so Daavi na me friend Daavi me say Daavi we okay o say we okay na me say adwuma e kwase o say adwuma e boko na me so I said the way I was seeing me kasa no when you okay sir da Abeeku koso na so wa onim say dia we yen na me say maame me pa ocho me srewa wo adwuma mu minim say dem ye no ma anye ne yi me fro nyina nyese bia bibia o me pese me hu say we okay keke yen twa so because the edro e was say ni je na eden ye gi ani me srewa okay and I'm say me pa ocho so makase me srewa me srewa yen twa so right nti we dey adwuma ma ye kakra me fro we dey tia me twa so call no so tem no because na me say obey den ya obeto ato so ya dey dey akọ I waited and I'm a mammy another one exactly 1 hour pepe na me san frɛ no me say odo when you pa fia ma feel wo fie pa by this time pa di
So
what I say na what did he na me say patrol me didi but aduane me di na me nya pa sen ka wo ha say na nka wa serve aduane na mame na me di aduane na keke na anwumre na obedie when I'm saying yes, our second time on the real fee argument now the bar from the beginning no. I'm not make a patch over no. Mama ensure me be never boy, trust me.
Namadana meti wase mi wonenim.
Because with my dear.
Papa ni Kapito, are you guys learning from this man? You see any other Kwame Miami bra pako. Yeah, nanada kun pada baku
muche. Na we are okay. But dada na say or dada na say
Very good question. Very good. And then Dr. Laiwa.
Marco be dying.
answer.
Madana ubada yenim.
But with my dear, I'm going to try this. No,
But Ube campaign
sorry. And no business I don't know for me front and any day.
Medro na kicking, but me
papa and cat a for now, say for from 5 years, brother.
The tia make us Mako be muda. And previously, why you be muda, but that's what I'm saying. If I know what I know now, so I say, come in fast and my name go because you say no, I am at peace.
Me one question beside me, man. Me one question. A day in a more relationship, mona, and you may be enquire. Instead, some will be fixing. You run fast to somebody else to start BB. won't that also get old? What is that
for
behavior
that
about?
language, I come as a me.
Oh, a question. Now then, change to use a question. I can't
old.
use a question.
Question I for who now the amount is what trap.
So much run maybe a question. That's a new pass my work. Because also beside earlier say new love and I say old love. And I'm maybe say you man.
Once I make a say if I know what I know now,
Okay.
And maybe how many win my day. A member, who seems a member you run it to, and your member trying to run it to be, and mostly a man run it to be just to seek.
Oh, there be most more.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know about to be in that
Oh,
day.
Mostly men.
I'm sure that but me trying to sell home. Tell me about ho, na se me no beka. Utie example be am de ma me say me frɛ me no na make ka say we okay o voice nya me tie say de o si kasa na no me hu say ho nye
good.
And I'm so there me nya na ya adwuma. Then I left that side no na me twen ya 1 hour and I'm san frɛ me am set 1 hour na me de share that san frɛ the beam. Me call this time no I went I went back again. I went back again, and at this time, the corner, man, could me a crew no. So I say, me start on a level for her to know. Say, I am sorry about what I said. Now the weird if we know. So I say, and it never be a honor. My about horse percent no bekasa. How do you receive a seminar me no bekano? Because they always will give you the ears to listen. They don't care.
But to say start here. You know, I know what kind. Start for France. Old one.
No.
On dear, you know what's the point?
And you're old or new. That's what I'm saying. Say me too many man for say. Dear me who's saying to one family as example, and I mean come won't see me say. And it shouldn't be old or new because the old or new you know them with him whom. So what I say. But Ukraina will continue. I mean, near be a bema to calm you. Say, about way with the kitchen as and the buffa, Uko can't tea. Or that Uko friend Casaunti. A beer, say no, yeah, or peaceful. And then speak at a time as she is peaceful. A man's muntie, a man of sumunim time one. Money ya beka sa, peaceful. And you know one thing. I dear me job and life mukram. It need to be a final or opposite in say. When we are about going to heaven, that time no, that's where people talk. We don't listen. We don't listen. At that time, no, we don't listen.
Now the who is now also.
As I do to for Friday, you know.
Yes. We don't listen because you my dear. What kasa we faha if you are.
Now the who is
and the
me wie kra na ho. Unkra besa me bufu. That's what I'm saying to you.
No, yeah, but what's the idea which is before? Maybe say after so any don't me no gaza.
Now after yes around that circle or no.
That time we no.
That time we'll start here another time we. There's time there's time and place for every and anything.
Okay, but the time bang.
Depending on the Pacono situation, and I said the Pacono body language, you can read it and you will know it. And sometimes, sometimes I say, "Bana person beside seminar." At the time, na person beside seminar. I want you to step back, at least 3 steps. Like I say, Obi chat to say, Obi set 3 missed calls. Step back with that seminar. Step back with that seminar. Question now, person beside at that present time, no. Step back. Now what beside? We say, "Seminar could be said now." A seminar. How is that seminar is going to end? Is it going to be good or bad? Even if it's what you know, calm down, calm yourself down. Because if you calm yourself down, we be question and we might be answer now expecting we be more than that. But if you don't calm yourself down and then you go to Obia, maturalize you know, you get maturalized. So there's time and place. Time and place. Obi Fred Juma, but Fred Juma buy now could be sana sem. Odidi yet.
So the be said no day.
And I said, I know her. And now
Open.
a two time said the predecessor. Could you man musua? But for Metiane, I don't listen to, I don't hear anything. And now said the predecessor, who should members see a real car, who we are chan to our duck. It will be the person I answer by a day. Ninikum no ada.
Okay. Now, mammy, misa last one. Na them say a time now.
Yeah, punk. I can't tell
One day, pon day, na me pacho said in pay. Yes, said in pa. Na sad ye being so no ase. Odo, met me no at the go house, you dear, actually. Actually, swap. The conversation will never be brought up. Eya na ya refra na say. Adebia say map na kaya some of my bekai ana dear pacho.
That's the mature they say. The person may be so and if I want to figure out say that this time not a good time to talk to you, you know what I'll do? I will hold your two hands. Never show him. We okay. Okay, so you're okay. I didn't be so. I wanted to talk to you about something. I just want to know if you're okay. Can we talk about it now? Do that looking at the person's face with their hands. What's it?
Question. Well, Brian, let me ask me question. I say a long distance relationship.
You know, at the time I will be timid if I cry casa.
Okay.
You know it.
It I want some 30 minutes. As some now we can win say 30 minutes. You probably so 5 minutes or 6 casa. We can now be jaika.
When somebody is ready to listen to you, it's not about hours or minutes.
Okay, the American the Amibisa Pacho when you man all right. Me say me masemo maybe catch the one. Meaning say be 10 minutes. Once I catch him so 5 minutes pe. 80 asem krono menka na minyai.
I say with you mathematically. You are mathematically.
I know why I'm asking this question. It's a very logical question I'm asking.
And I'm more logic answer.
Ebedi 10 minutes. Who's so 5 minutes. Baus the menka someone and main train a question. I maybe some
when you're going to speak to somebody and we wouldn't say some becano can I get 10 minutes of your time? Then the so I don't have 10 minutes, I have 5 minutes. I don't even say it.
Yeah. Simple and short. Thank you. Someone you now agree say say it would you
can just the person if you want to
time now.
Yeah, because your fan said me do I arrive 5 minutes before time. We start at 9 and I may do 8:55. So I only have 5 minutes to clock in. Then you come to tell me as someone when you say 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But if you want, you can give me a gist. You can give me a gist though. This and this and this is what I want to talk about. If you're a breaker, call me so that we can talk about it in detail. Otherwise, wait till I get enough time. That will
okay. Now yet I will catch them and say, so papa, who read you? I count 5 minutes. My friend. Bet me no one can say so. Me quite remember. You better want them later. Who free a dream more? Over frame me say, as mercy. A dear na now person catch them.
Me personally, I don't like that kind of unnecessary suspense. So I'll call you as soon as I can because Ebiana Makwe Bibia.
Okay.
Yeah. Wakotia. Yes. Explain. And so no, can be so no. Me I'll try and get
now when I can no. When I walk in, nay, that now for and I can be also befriend.
Just give me a gist of Asem Chrono. Me,
question.
And yeah, you people answer. So question.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
See, boy.
I'm so
You
good there.
explain
I got
Tara.
near the na. I did sa akwintifo ebi abo hey ekobo 7 a.m. crowd will be mukrob na yachi na atena hai. And no,
Oh,
the debate here we'll try and continue next week because me also Nkomo no the pa it's exposing in your bebre. It's also enlightening in your bebre for us to digest on. And we'll probably make some time next week and try and conclude this topic. Send a questions other addendum my own in I bet me the na I explain it. If some if you have explain, we'll
you
probably have
explain
no
Tara.
evidence. We go tired. We won't have any evidence. Or try and explain. Yeah, Obia, yeah, the and Obia Bomodin everybody has contributed nicely. You be around na yaji Obia a chef papa in your home. You just came from work.
Tatiana.
So we shouldn't go. You be around yaji Obia last 30 seconds submission after the video baby. Now that come from start.
So for that, I say that's a night.
Appeal. Okay. Missy.
Okay. Okay. Nyano me adofonom. Concerning long distance relationship, any love languages, may the emission woman say it's good to know your partner's love language. Very, very important. Study Nipana way Nipane love language. It doesn't hurt to ask. Ubetumi busa. Ubusa very, very, very helpful. More relationship and also always keep communication, a good communication between your relationship because it's always the key. Minti we are say me to say mind readers no ye mind readers wo hwɛ na bibi nkɔ yi a speak to your partner ɔno nso hwɛ na bibi nkɔ yi a ɔno nso ɔne wo nkasa why very, very important.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Sir,
So
go room.
free Casa free Europe into more time way, but I really enjoyed the program now. And I'm very honored. Some mom is our platform where I'm to check a crime as media minimum. But although ya dear Pia, sort of say Ed Totia see pa although Ed Yatena see and I see mu Yatina Homa ewiase nyama ehu no Instagram ene TikTok ne Facebook ne na etena ye happiness so sebi ya na se ye the mindset from time ehu ye papa no ye mama na ye nana no mana se fia etena mu Ghana no ana se ye Ghana suban na betena mu abrochira ni na aba eba aware no mu ana se ye ne ya setena mu a ha ye bebre ba me pese me nuanom madofo no Metiefo no be a panel here where I say yem fasa this love languages yem fano I say na yen cry tiasia na san obi tiasia na say obi cheche mo mind you do your best to make you happy, do your best to make your partner or your other half happy, do your best sɛ wobɛtumi akyerɛ w'adamfo bi nti w'adamfo no hu sɛ woyɛ ama obi a wantumi akora nka nkyerɛ sɛ wode sɛbe woagyimi anaasɛ ama obi afa wofo affirmation ɛyɛ adeɛ a nipa da sɛ no obiara hia onyame wontumi mfa wo sika nkɔma nyame but wɔ sɛ ɔyɛ adeɛ ma wo a da n'ase ɛno si affirmation
Yeah.
sɛ ɔte aseɛ service adeɛ na ɛfɛ sɛ sɛbe moyɛ show yi ebi a yɛ start yɛ na mewɔ mo kurom hɔ America hɔ bi sɛ sɛ mewɔ Europe At this time, no case be Kamada because my record, but then I'm so honored to give this service to you or to anybody else. Sebi, or no to be a baby or her. I'm proud. I'm doing it. It's not responsibility. It's coming from me. So me out of service to the nation and actually to my community. No, this is one of them. We should give our quality times to what you see. Because said, panel in fact, say any 5 any panels, and 6 your panel. No. Say if we are at peace, if you're sure, say any panel almost share so 1,000, a move 500 will be at peace. But it should start from us. Baby, say when you be na boano. Give without thinking.
Nice one. Ako.
Any na say cheerful ni adofo nya ida wase said the ada moye no na mo be support ye mo boy chidom sebe ebisiesia de wa ha kakra ye waka mo so nya emre na mo beti no nyame insham love language no very important e be say wono dofo ho a suade a wo pe ewiase ebia sebe dia enye hwe ma wo no biribi mu bi. Be intentional about it. And fun is to say iswa ena enye hwe. Ni awodofo pe no eno na hwe na yema no se dia ebeso because say wo fun is said dia wo pe bia na wo be ya mu bi because maybe sometimes krano some people rather project their love language on their partners. But ebia na enye no na wo partner no ope. Know what they want, do it for them. And be intentional. Na hunu say, oh yeah, ma wudofo na ni age. Na yenye no accordingly. Yeke bibi wa ha na anye binom da 2024 ya mamati ase se efe ni yebeye ne mo. Yes. Afe so last week ye share mo bobi say 2024 ye be jacking crofo up. No. Ye be jacking and sebe yedi bira 2024 we should be all the best as Christmas is approaching. Be a social who ye money titru because you're jacking be breed the mom at I said ne ever since jakram
Say, unit, time.
Internationally,
I be the
Tesco.
na yesua de pa. Say that no say fufuru. Yeah, no. Yeah, that was it. I had highlight for you. NkomohNkitnkiti. Moti said in Panka. Moti missing ka. Another Kunso Enka. Akosia aka Daavi B. Moti Ekua Jewelry Nka. And I miss you up me did you which me. Your friend me Papa Abeeku Nyanka. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, we both commercial be and then I want to and keep you. Yeah,
Yo, William, so when you say, I said this is got every good and as someone on it, Echo Ghana, dear, I have a breed. Then Subakubia, Obia, anyone that's here, a lolly cash. And then, we will see Bisa, or man for say, I dance dear bay and a war, a lolly cash. Mammy, I dance dear bay now, a lolly cash.
me yes me ye already business woman. So how do you win this particular app and here make for ama obia and it say and no me name partners so I'm sending me free Ghana so I'm sending me scanning in cities and million in dollars and no na me recommend ya mo bia already for you na say what
Wasumwa o na moti here no yes I come so be from say adansi die ben and wo fa lolicash menye dansi grani be ma bia we hwa obe osikapa ora so e dansi die ben na wo e fa lolicash
brother must lolicash e bo wa bo mu no hwe itu di wusika idigu wallet do ne be bia no bia no wusika she ho obi ode send sika mo bia ona ye papa na send na man obi send sika mo papa no send ugu brother lolicash wa bo mu mo catch roll must wa bo mu catch one wa bo papa
sene moti ye no sa pepepe lolicash e boa omanfo bebre na manya ababa wa fefefe bi wa ma misa ono so se de na obeka afa lolicash a wo bi so no mini aba de na obeka afa lolicash
oh lolicash de aboa me kwan bebre so na de ma me ene pa ye samre me ko be dia akra me physical and to me phone de meto bia na ma show me ka me phone na o maska me pepepe they say de me akronfo bi antimi wia me biem say me free lolicash abe here and no na be ko
say what obia e di lolicash one dance here say lolicash e na eye apa omu eyisu e de send sika every amanone ekọ Ghana say wo amanone ba bia bia so yisu an say wo be download the lolicash e wo phone so na wo de send sika akoma omanfo call App Store and Play Store na download it to see lolicash wo